I'm really glad to be here. Thanks for introducing me, Paige. And I have been here in the past as part of a duo, but today I'm solo. So I'm bringing my just my flavor that I have of cello and voice. And just as a little bit of a background, I was trained as a classical cellist. I went to a conservatory, and so I have those roots. But along the way, I decided to divert a little bit and to bring my voice into it, and also to explore some pop and jazz and improvising and that kind of thing with the cello. And I started that about 20 years ago, and now it's really popular to do that. So, good thing I didn't get any older while all that was happening, right? Yeah. So I'm going to bring those kind of tunes to you. I have American Songbook to start with, and I've got some vintage country, which I really like. And then I like to also bring some what I call positive message songs, because I'm always looking for a way to see things on the bright side. And music is a great channel for that. So, without further ado, Honeysuckle Rose. Every honeybee fills with jealousy when they see you out with me. I don't blame them, goodness knows. Honeysuckle rose. When we're passing by, flowers droop and sigh, and I know the reason why. You're much sweeter, goodness knows. Honeysuckle rose. Don't buy sugar, you just have to touch my cup. You're my sugar, so sweet when you fill it up. When I take your sips of your tasty lips, the honey fairly drips. Your confection, goodness knows. Honeysuckle rose. Don't buy sugar, you just have to touch my cup. You're my sugar, so sweet when you fill it up. When I take your sips of your tasty lips, the honey fairly drips. Your confection, goodness knows. Honeysuckle rose. Your confection, goodness knows. Honeysuckle rose. Thank you. So the next song I have, I like to sing also a little bit what I call the ups and downs of love. And I don't want to be a cynic, but a lot of the love songs that I present, when love is going right, it's kind of a dream. It's kind of something that the person doesn't really feel reality, and they're kind of floating along. And that's one genre of songs almost. And so I'll present a few of those, and then I'm going to kind of go to the dark side, but not too bad after that. But this song's called Dream a Little Dream of Me. And the first time I heard this was actually by the Mamas and the Papas back in the 70s. And then I realized that, like many of these American Songbook songs, they're used over and over, and they live, from maybe the turn of the century to now. So there's a lot, that catalog can just be wonderfully reused and recycled by different artists and bring their own spin to it. But in any case, I learned that this was actually performed back in the day by Ozzie and Harriet. Do you remember those guys? The Nelsons? Yeah. So Ozzie was the band leader, and Harriet was the girl singer, right? So these songs, as I said. And so then, there's a certain age that doesn't know who that is, and there's a certain age that knows the Nelsons, the TV show. And then, of course, there's many more people that don't know what the heck I'm talking about, right? So, but in any case, it's just really nice to see those songs come again. But so, dream a little dream.
Stars shining bright above you. Night breezes seem to whisper, I love you. Birds singing in the sycamore tree. Dream a little dream of me. Say nighty night and kiss me. Just hold me tight and tell me you'll miss me while I'm alone and blue as can be. Dream a little dream of me. Stars fading, but I linger on, dear, still feeling your kiss. I'm longing to linger till dawn, dear, just saying this. Sweet dreams till sunbeams find you. Sweet dreams that leave all worries behind you. But in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me. Stars fading, but I linger on, dear, still craving your kiss. I'm longing to linger till dawn, dear, just saying this. Sweet dreams till sunbeams find you. Sweet dreams that leave all worries behind you. But in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me. But in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me.
Thank you. So, a little story behind this song called "It's Only a Paper Moon." Back in 2007 was kind of when I decided to divert from being a classical cellist to trying some pop music and different things like that. And so it was kind of an opportune timing because 2007 was kind of a really down time for a lot of people, right? Remember? Don't want to remember it, right? I got with a partner and we used to do what we called old songs for the new recession. We did songs from the 30s that were about the bright times, and they had a way of spinning the Depression into something that was uplifting. So this song and some of the others were the ones that we would do from that era. It's Only a Paper Moon. But I'm going to do a little bit of a Latin flavor with it, because why not, right?
Paper moon sailing over a cardboard sea, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Yes, it's only a clear sky hanging over a muslin tree.
something as little. That actually was Cuban salsa, is what that background's called. It was a little salsa, so we can dance to that. So, going to shift gears a little bit into the vintage country that I mentioned before. So now everything's been lighthearted about love. Now we're going to get into a little bit of the blues side of love. But again, there's so many great songs to help communicate that you can't really feel sad. This first one is called Crazy. It was written for Patsy Cline by Willie Nelson, and honestly, the stories I've read were that she didn't really like it at first. She didn't know how to sing it. She didn't really feel it. She was trying to do it like Willie Nelson would do it. And then she took it home, decided to try it, and she did it her way, and look how it's lived through time. But that's a lesson for us, right? Do it your way. Everybody's got their own little star to shine, and so that sounds kind of corny, but there's something to that. So anyway, let's see. This starts out with... So there's a lot of songs that are like lamenting, like, oh, you know, all this bad stuff happened to me. Once in a while, there's one that's I told you so. And so that's what I like about this song. It's giving it right back to the person that did you wrong instead of just going, oh, you were mean to me, right? The name of it is Goody Goody. So you'll see why. So you met someone who set you back on your
goody. So you met someone and now you know how it feels. Goody goody. Well, you gave her your heart too, just like I gave mine to you. And she broke it in little pieces. Well, how do you do? Now you lie awake just crying the blues all night. Goody goody. And you found that love's a barrel of dynamite. Goody goody. Hurrah and hallelujah. You had it coming to ya. Goody goody for you. Goody goody for me. And I hope you're satisfied, you rascal you. Well, you lie all awake just crying the blues all night. Goody goody. And you found that love's a barrel of dynamite. Hurrah and hallelujah. You know you had it coming to ya. Goody goody for me. Goody goody for you. And I hope you're satisfied, you rascal you. Goody goody for you. Goody goody for me. And I hope you're satisfied, you rascal you.
Okay. Now here's another song that's it's kind of sad about love, but I find that so many people know this song. And if you would like to sing along during this song, it's something I'm sure you've heard before. It's called the Tennessee Waltz. And this was a song that was a hit for Patti Page in the 50s. And the other thing I say when I do this song is, be careful who your friends are. Now, the words will tell you why. I was dancing with my darling
To the Tennessee Waltz, when an old friend I happened to see, I introduced her to my darling, and while they were dancing, my friend stole my sweetheart from me. Well, I remember that night and the Tennessee Waltz, 'cause I know just how much I have lost. Well, I lost my little darling the night they were playing beautiful Tennessee Waltz. Well, I remember that night and the Tennessee Waltz, 'cause I know just how much I have lost. Well, I lost my little darling the night they were playing beautiful Tennessee Waltz. Blame it all on the Tennessee Waltz.
Thank you. I saw some singing, so thanks for that. You know, the funny thing about that song, too, is the end. Blame it all on the Tennessee Waltz. That's going to be my motto. Things didn't work out, and it was because of that song, right? Yeah. So we'll find out about All Your Fault a little later. This song is, I wanted to do a Burt Bacharach song because he just passed away, and he had such a huge influence on, the community, musical, the world, everything. But this fits also into kind of my story, which is I'll Never Fall in Love Again is the name of the song. So, the person is so convinced at the beginning, but then, there's always that flicker of hope.
What do you get when you fall in love? A guy with a pen to burst your bubble. That's what you get for all your troubles. I'll never fall in love again. I'll never fall in love again. What do you get when you kiss a guy? You get enough germs to catch pneumonia, and after you do, he'll never phone you. I'll never fall in love again. I'll never fall in love again. Don't tell me what it's all about, 'cause I've been there and I'm glad I'm out of those pains, that pain that binds you. That is why I'm here to remind you, what do you get when you fall in love? You only get lies and pain and sorrow. So for at least until tomorrow, I'll never fall in love again. Don't tell me what it's all about, 'cause I've been there and I'm glad I'm out of those chains that bind you. That is why I'm here to remind you, what do you get when you fall in love? You only get lies and pain and sorrow. So for at least until tomorrow, I'll never fall in love again. Never fall in love again. I'll never fall in love again.
Thank you. So, a couple more songs about love, and then we'll move on. But I find this song comes in really handy, because one of the ways that you can deal with a relationship is just blame it on somebody else, like we talked about. So this song is called "It's All Your Fault," and it really comes in handy. Well, it's all your fault that I'm not sleeping, living on dreams instead of eating. I'm just a wreck, and it's all your fault. Well, it's all your fault that I'm not playing, having fun, and if I'm staying all by myself, it's all your fault. When you said that we were through, I tried to find somebody new, but I found out that wouldn't do, 'cause I'd rather be alone than with somebody new. Well, it's all your fault. When I'm a grandma, my grandkids won't call you grandpa. I'll just tell them it's all your fault. When you said that we were through, I tried to find somebody new, but I found out that wouldn't do, 'cause I'd rather be alone than with someone I knew. Well, when all your fault, when I'm a grandma, my grandkids won't call you grandpa. I'll just tell them it's all your fault. I'll just tell them it's all your fault. You. Okay. Last song about love. We're all talking about AI and how people are going to have fake friends and stuff like that. Well, this guy had it covered like 50 years ago. It's not quite the same, but if you want a love that's never going to cause you any problems, this guy has it solved. And the hint is, this was a hint for the Mills Brothers. You guys remember the Mills Brothers? Oh my God. Wonderful harmony from those guys. I'm gonna buy a paper doll that I can call my own, a doll that other fellas cannot steal. And then those flirty, flirty guys with the flirty, flirty eyes will have to flirt with dollies that are real. When I get home at night, she will be waiting. She'll be the truest doll in all the world. I'd rather have a paper doll to call my own than a fickle-minded real-life girl. When I get home at night, she will be waiting. She'll be the truest doll in all the world. I'd rather have a paper doll to call my own than a fickle-minded real-life girl. I'd rather have a paper doll to call my own than a fickle-minded real-life girl. So, see how easy? Okay, so a couple of the songs that I really like that are kind of uplifting. This one is called Look for the Silver Lining, because every time there's rain, there's a cloud, but behind that, the sun is shining. I forget. I've been here a couple times in the past, and I always forget how live this is. Just like singing in the giant shower, right? Because I'm woo, 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 woo. So this is what everybody strives for. Like, how many people? Anybody sing in the shower? Should come here. Wait till it gets, if you're shy, then wait till it gets kind of not that busy, right? Let's see. All right, let's do this one. As I said, this is a one if you feel like singing along. I like this song. It's called Que Sera Sera. I did it on a sound check a little while ago. This song was in a movie called The Man Who Knew Too Much. Does anybody remember that Hitchcock movie from, I believe, the 50s maybe? Doris Day sang this song. Yep, you guys remember? She was sitting in a room. Her son was kidnapped in another part of the house or building, and she thought, if I play this song, he'll hear me. But then the song, like a lot of songs that are in movies or plays or whatever, they carry on far beyond where they originated, right? So I find this song so good because what crazy stuff that's going on in the world now, whatever will be, you know? We only have so much control, and we can just do the best we can.
When I was just a little girl, I asked my mother, what will I be? Will I be pretty? Will I be rich? Here's what she said to me. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. What will be, will be. When I was just a child in school, I asked my teacher, what should I try? Should I paint pictures? Should I sing songs? This was his wise reply. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. What will be, will be. When I grew up and fell in love, I asked my sweetheart, what lies ahead? Will we have rainbows day after day? Here's what my sweetheart said. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. What will be, will be.
That's verse.
Now I have children of my own. They ask me, Mother, what will I be? Will I be handsome? Will I be rich? I tell them tenderly.
Next time.
Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. What will be, will be. Que sera, sera.
Nice. All right. So, got time for a couple more songs. I wanted to do just something on cello, and this song is called Ashokan Farewell, and I've played this before in various places, and people always seem to recognize it, but they're not sure where they heard this song. So before I play it, I'll give you a little background information. Probably none of you are old enough to remember the Ken Burns special Civil War from 1980. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. This song was played. This song, it's actually been one of those songs that's been created to sound like an older song, but it's not. There's a fellow named Jay Unger who runs a fiddle camp. You know, they have these different camps around the country and world, actually, where people can learn different styles of playing. So violinists that are classical can learn how to play like a country fiddle, and then, it just broadens you. And this is the song that they sing when that camp closes. And they sing about the camp and how much fun they had, but they use it in that, they used it in that show because they played it over a gentleman who was who was fighting in the Civil War, and wrote a letter to his wife telling her that he was not going to return, and what he felt about her. So it's kind of chokes you up, but it's such a great marriage of the poetry and the music. So I'm going to give you that right now, just with cello. So hopefully does anybody recognize that from the Civil War? Yeah? Okay. Ashokan Farewell. There's a place, actually that's the name of it, where the Ashokan. Yep, just like it sounds, actually. I'm not sure what the origin of the name is, but I have time for one last song, and I wanted to do this one. This is another uplifting song, and it's called I Can See Clearly. So, it's a beautiful blue sky, so I think it really goes with the theme. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark Thank you. Thanks very much for having me. Thank you. I think is time up? Does anybody feel like singing? I got a couple of short ones if you want to sing along. Let me throw this up, see if there's any tomatoes coming over. But every time I do this song, everybody sings along, and how can you help it? Especially with this track. Here we go. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. My, oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine heading my way. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. Mr. Bluebird's on my shoulder. It's the truth, it's actual. Everything is satisfactual. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. Wonderful feeling, wonderful day. That was a good intro. Let's do it again. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. My, oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine heading my way. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. Mr. Bluebird's on my shoulder. Now get ready. It's the truth, it's actual. Pretty good. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. Wonderful feeling, wonderful day. Big blows. Wonderful feeling, wonderful day. All right, very good. Thank you. One more. Does anybody want to sing again? Because I got another really great one. This is loved from shore to shore. This is called, especially good this time of year. Is anybody trying to do their whole lawn in clover? Instead of grass? This one is. I'm looking over a 4-leaf clover. I'm feeling lucky. I'm looking over a 4-leaf clover that I overlooked before. One leaf is sunshine, the other is, we definitely got to learn this one. The third is the roses that bloom in the rain. And well, there's no need explain. The one remaining is somebody I adore. I'm looking